Krista and welcome to my channel. Today is Punched Out Thursday to Die For, and I am going to be using these scraps that I have left over from my Echo Park Hello Fall collection, and I'm also going to be using a cut file that I got from Paige Evans. It is a cut file that is a barrel of apples, and I'm also going to be using my leaf die, which I've been using quite a bit in a lot of my fall layouts because I absolutely love this die. It is a Sizzix die by Tim Holtz, and it's awesome. So I'm just going through my scraps in this collection because I have been using it for quite a few layouts. I'm trying to get my fall layouts done. I am using, the photos that I'm using today are photos of my one daughter who we were doing bobbing for apples because we did a Halloween party at home because of the COVID situation. We didn't go trick-or-treating, so we had a party. I have 5 little ones and a teenager, so we had a lot of fun. So we kind of had our own little Halloween party, and we played lots of games, and one of the games we played was bobbing for apples. So they had a ball doing it. It was so much fun, and we got really good pictures of them. So this is just one of my children, my daughter who is 7, bobbing for apples. She was really hilarious because she went for it. Her whole head, she just dove in that bear in there to get them apples, and it was hilarious. So we got really good pictures of her. So I'm scraplifting those first, but I do have other ones of my other kids as well, and I will be doing those too. So what I'm doing now is I'm just kind of showing you how I do my cut file and how I back it. You can either glue it down like this on the paper and then just cut around, or you can trace it and then cut it out and then glue it down. Both ways work great. I use both ways depending on the cut file, whichever way is easier. So there it is, all nice and done. And there are my leaves that I used in my die cutting machine, and they're all cut out and ready to go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this white cardstock. This is Vicki Bouton's foundation paper that I use. I love this white foundation paper. Is awesome for any mixed media that you're going to do. But first I'm going to gesso it with clear gesso to prep it and get it ready for any mixed media that I'm going to do on it, because it works like a sealant and seals in all the moisture from the water and the paint, and it doesn't just seep through. So now what I'm doing is I'm using a Distress Oxide. This one is Barn Door Red, and it is the perfect red because it's a deeper red. Then they have another one that's called Candied Apple. That one's a little too bright red. I wanted a darker red because the papers that I'm using in this collection was a little bit deeper of a red color. So I did trace where my everything is going to lay on the layout so that I'm only putting the paint in them sections. And what I'm doing is I'm just spraying a little bit of water, rubbing the Distress Oxide on a package, any packaging you can use, and then I'm just kind of smushing it down on the paper. And now I'm going in and I'm just dabbing it up a little bit lighter. The good thing with Distress Oxides is if you add water to them and you just spray it onto the paper, especially if you use gesso, it kind of dabs it up even more and makes it lighter. So it kind of counteracts with each other, the water and the Distress Oxide, and it's super, super cool. So I got it lighter the way I wanted it, and now I'm happy with it. So I know this looks like a hot mess, but if you guys have been watching me, you know my mixed media, it looks that way all the time, but then once you start putting things on top of it, it covers most of it up and it looks great because it's just kind of peeking out. So now what I'm doing is I am wetting a little bit more down on my packaging, and I am using it to do some splatters. So that's what I'm doing now. And there it is, all nice and ready to go, and loving the background. So I really like the way it looked. So these photos are super funny because as you can see, the first one, she really went for it because you could see the water just dripping down her face. And then the second one is the one of her actually getting the apple, which was super funny. And we were laughing so hard, and we had such a good time doing this. So I was happy that I got photos and I'm able to document it. So now what I'm doing is I'm popping up my cut file on some craft foam, and I'm also going to do that with my photos. And this is just regular craft foam that you could get at any, I actually get mine at Walmart, but you can also purchase them at your craft stores. But Walmart, it's a lot cheaper, so that's why I get it there. And it's just in the kids section. And I'm just popping them up, and I'm going to stick them down here like this. And I did the cut file on top like that because if I would have done it on the bottom and did my photos a different way on the top, it would have covered up most of my photo. And I want you to actually see the photos and them bobbing for the apples. So now I took this piece that I had left over and I kind of gutted it a little bit more, and I cut like a half an inch off the edge of each sides of my paper, my white cardstock, and then I just kind of use this as a border. I just felt like it needed a little bit more of a dark color behind it to make it kind of pop a little bit more. So that's what I did. And now I'm just kind of rolling up the edges. I did distress the edges of the white as well. I just didn't show it on video. And I'm just rolling my fingers up. I want it to look really distressed. So that's what I did there. And now I'm going to come in with them die leaf cuts that I cut out with my Sizzix machine. And I love doing these leaves. I have done so many layouts. Like, I've probably done about 6 or 7 layouts already with this leaves. And I just keep finding other ways to use the leaves. Now this time I'm going to use it to just put a little bit more of the leaves behind the cut file, and I thought that that would look really cool. It just makes it stand out more, gives it more dimension, and makes it look really pretty. And I love bunching these leaves up. They're just so awesome. If you guys can find it, I would definitely get it. It's way worth it. I've been using it so much. And if you've been watching my videos, you've been seeing me using it. And it is Sizzix. It's Tim Holtz, like I said, and I got mine at Hobby Lobby. But I'm sure you could get it online as well. So now I'm just going through, I have sticker books that came with, a sticker sheet, I should say, that came with the Echo Park collection that I'm using. So I decided to use this little banner. I thought it was super cute. The colors are perfect. It went with everything, of course, because it was in the collection. And I distressed the edges of all of my stickers with some aged mahogany. That's a distress oxide as well. And it's like a deep red color, and it just makes everything stand out a little bit more. So now I had this apple sticker, so I decided to use that as well. Them barrels, the apple sticker that you see there, that's going to get moved to the bottom right-hand corner of the other photo. And that apple's going to go there. And I was going to use this candy apple, and I keep moving this candy apple around the page so many times. But it ends up going in the left-hand corner where the banner is. So now I loved this little fox, and he was red, so he's the perfect color. So I decided to stick him in between the two pictures, and I popped him up on some craft foam as well. And I also distressed the edges of that one as well with the aged mahogany. So now I had this little apple that was just like a little plastic piece, and I decided to use that as well. That doesn't stay there though, I end up moving it. And then I also have these acetate leaves that I got from last year's Hip Kit Club that I haven't used yet. So I said, hey, this would be a good time to use them for this layout. So I decided to stick a few of these above the other photo. And I liked the way they looked there, and I just used a few and I bunched them up a little bit and kind of just had them sticking out like that. But first I used the aged mahogany distress oxide to distress the edges a little bit and make them pop up off the page a little bit more with some color because they are acetate. So I just wanted them to stick out. I'm sorry, they were vellum, not acetate. Sorry. I get so confused sometimes. Sorry, guys. It's really late right now, and I have already started Christmas shopping. I started doing all kinds of stuff, trying to get ahead, and I am exhausted between school, trying to do layouts, and going shopping for Christmas. It's just been very exhausting. And then we decided to get a new Christmas tree. So I went out and bought I bought a new Christmas tree, and we bought new stuff for the Christmas tree. So we went with a whole another theme this year. So it's been really crazy and hectic here getting ready for the holiday season. So now I had these wood leaves, these wood veneer leaves, and they're super pretty. I love these. I bought these last year as well at Hobby Lobby. And I'm just using my Fiber Tech glue to glue them down because it works really well. And I kind of decided to stick a couple up here where my barrel of apples are, and then I stuck one here where my apples are. And now I'm going for my title. I made a little mistake though when I did this. So I got these letter stamps in one of my hip kits a few months back. And I decided to use them because they're really super cool. You get the outline of the letters, and then you get the inside part of the letters. So I used my archival ink, my black archival ink, to do the outline of the back. And you could leave it just like this and not fill it in with color, but I decided to fill it in with color because I thought it would be really cool with the red. So my title is Bobb for Apples. Bobb for Apple, because I couldn't fit the S, so oh well. But these are the insides that you also get with these stamps. And it's the inside of the letter, and you could color it in with any color you choose ink pad. And I used the red barn color, just like I did for the background. So I'm just going in and I'm just filling the inside, and then the outside is the black. And I thought it looked super cool. And see, I made a mistake there. I was going to do bobbing for apples, and I couldn't fit it. So it's just Bobb for Apples. That's all I could fit. What are you going to do? But it's okay. I like it, and I like the way it turned out. And that's it. So there is the layout, and here come your close-ups. I also remind you not to forget to check out the other ladies. I will have their links down below. Make sure you check them out for some inspiration as well. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you. Just hit the red subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. So I hope you guys like it. I think it turned out really neat. I like the apple. I love the cut file, and I love all the apple stuff on it. I think it turned out really, really well, and it's a super cute layout. So I want to thank you all for watching, and remember, stay crafty. Bye.